The Garden of Silent Echoes. English Story Level 3. In the northern town of Elmsworth, there stood an abandoned garden behind an iron gate. The townspeople claimed it was cursed, for no birds sang there, no bees buzzed, and no leaves rustled. Even the wind grew quiet when it passed over the garden walls. Children called it the Garden of Silent Echoes and dared each other to go near it. A girl named Helena walked past it every day on her way to school. She was brave, but the silence of the place unsettled her. Still, she felt strangely drawn to it. One afternoon, as she walked home alone, she heard a faint tapping sound from inside, so soft she almost thought she imagined it. Curiosity overcame fear. Helena approached the gate and peeked between the rusty bars. The garden was overgrown with twisted vines and pale flowers that seemed frozen in time. The tapping came again, rhythmic and gentle, like someone knocking politely. She pushed the gate, and to her surprise, it creaked open as though waiting for her. Inside, the silence deepened. Even her footsteps seemed muffled. The tapping grew louder, leading her to a stone fountain in the center of the garden. Its basin was dry, but a small stone bird perched on the edge, one wing broken. With each tap, its beak struck the stone rhythmically as if trying to get her attention. Helena touched the bird carefully. The moment her fingers met the stone, a wave of sound burst around her. The garden seemed to gasp awake. Leaves rustled, flowers shivered, and distant echoes filled the air like the whispering of forgotten voices. From behind her, the gate slammed shut with a thud. The stone bird actually blinked and hopped once. When it spoke, its voice was soft and echo-like. It told her that long ago, the garden had been filled with music. A musician named Lysander once cared for it, singing every morning until the flowers bloomed with color. But when she vanished mysteriously one night, the garden fell into silence, trapping every sound within its walls. Helena asked how she could help. The bird explained that the garden needed a new voice, someone who would bring back the music that once sustained its magic. The fountain, it said, held a hidden instrument, waiting for the right hands to uncover it. Helena examined the fountain. Symbols were carved along its rim, forming a pattern she recognized from an old storybook. She traced them in order, and the stone trembled. The bottom of the fountain opened like a door, revealing a wooden lyre glowing faintly with soft golden light. She lifted the lyre carefully. The strings vibrated even without being touched, filling the air with a warm hum. The garden leaned toward her, plants tilting as though listening. Helena strummed a single note, and the silence cracked like glass. Sound erupted, birds singing, water flowing, leaves dancing as though waking from a century-long sleep. But the echoes that returned sounded wrong. They were twisted, as if something else stirred within the garden. The stone bird warned her. The silence that had trapped the garden was not natural. It had been placed there by a shadowy creature jealous of Lysander's gift. It still lurked beneath the soil, feeding on quiet. A dark ripple spread across the ground. Roots twisted upward, forming the shape of a towering creature with hollow eyes. It moved silently, absorbing every sound Helena made. The bird urged her to keep playing. The lyre's music was the only force that could weaken the creature. Helena played faster, her hands shaking. Each note grew stronger, pushing the creature back. The echoes raced through the garden, battling the creeping silence. At last, she struck a final chord that blazed with bright light. The creature shrieked without sound and dissolved into dust. The silence shattered completely. Warm wind filled the garden. Flowers bloomed with vibrant colors, and a gentle stream flowed through the fountain once more. The stone bird bowed to Helena, its broken wing restored by her music. It told her she was now the guardian of the Garden of Echoes, its new voice and protector. Helena visited every day, her songs turning the once silent garden into the most vibrant place in Elmsworth. And though the townspeople still feared the iron gate, they would pause now and then, listening to the soft, beautiful music that drifted over the walls.